Mistakes made on this road to wealth, I still ain't forgave myself. Hey, what I am today, I made myself, but I still ain't forgave myself. For running to the grave, getting close to the death, I still ain't forgave myself. For anyone who ever wondered how I felt, I still ain't forgave myself. At 14, man, thought I knew everything. I'm slinging slabs, trapping hard, moving heavy cane. I bought an 85 Cutlass on some Dana Dane.
Welcome to another episode of Unapologetically Masculine. I'm your host, Young Grizzly. We got Scotty Ferrari.
What it do, though?
And we got Waymo in the cut.
Yeah.
So, man, what great song to come in on, fellas. That's a great song. How y'all feeling today?
Feeling 5.
5? Okay, 5. Okay, cool.
$5 foot long.
You feeling like a $5 foot long too?
Sometimes, man.
That's a little different.
Sometimes I feel like, no, I'm not saying I'm not giving a number. It's just that tune came in my head. I don't know what to tell you.
You got hungry?
Sometimes. I mean, that's what fat niggas do. You know, every 3 hours it might just hit you. You know what I mean?
Is that a fat nigga thing or is that a person thing? Cause
you eat like a fat nigga.
I do.
You not.
Actually, I don't. That's a lie. Cause sometimes you'll pull that Gundy off and won't eat for like 3 days.
He will do that.
And my fat ass is not going 3 days.
But he'll also eat
a
2 chicken sandwiches and like a whole 2 Chick-fil-A chicken sandwiches with the fries and all that. So he will eat like a fat nigga. And he will also not eat. So.
One extreme to the next.
Right. This nigga's extreme. This nigga always on one side or the other.
That's why I'm always trying to find 5.
Cougars and kittens, baby. Cougars and kittens.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. That's exactly what I'm
think about that goddamn tune again.
Oh man, you got to look.
Cougar cat. Cougar cat. Hey. Cougar cat. Cougar cat.
Oh man. Well, how you doing, little fella, man?
Man, I'm feeling great, bro.
Good.
I'm feeling great. Like if 7 is the optimum that I'm getting to, goddamn it, right now is 7.
I like 7.
Yeah, 7 is good.
It's not 6. You can't even get a 1 out of
on the wheel.
7. Yeah, like I'm feeling great right now.
That's
lovely,
beautiful, man.
Lovely. How about you, sir?
Huh?
How are you?
Good sir? What do you mean, good sir?
How do you do, good sir?
Man, you know nobody get no fuck.
True.
That's gonna always be your answer. One day it's gonna change. One day. I think when we get that first check from this show,
you know what?
It's gonna change.
I'm gonna fuck y'all up. I'm just gonna start crying.
Whoa, okay. Whew.
I'm gonna start crying on the mic and explaining all my troubles.
You scared me, but I didn't think that that's where he was going.
Oh, you thought it was going wrong?
No. The way that he reacted to how you started, he was taking it wrong, and I was letting you finish, and I was trying to figure out why is he looking like that, but then it started to register like, oh, he was caught up on that first word.
Fuck.
You thought it was June and winter?
I ain't know where you was going. I thought you had your tank top on for a reason. I was like, woo.
Man.
I always got my tank top.
It's raining men.
What?
Hallelujah.
But today's topic, right? I was thinking about my overall life and just where I see a lot of people, and I was thinking about when should men from our community, because I can't speak for everybody else, when should men from our community start becoming intentional about their life? And let me tell you what sparked that.
Okay.
Though. Yeah, give us a little back note.
I was listening to a woman talk. I think, it was her having a conversation with a man. And, he was saying that a lot of times, a lot of dudes just cruise through life and they accept minimal effort because they just cruising and not being intentional. And I started to do an overview of my own life. Mm-hmm. And cause I think about this a lot, right? Because of decisions I've had to make as I got older.
Yeah. That
I probably didn't have to make if I had started taking life serious earlier. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
It depends on what degree that you mean by serious, but in the spirit of the question, I would say as soon as you hit teen.
So
as soon as you
13?
hit teen,
13?
you should be a little bit more intentional about what you're setting out to do that day.
13, I think that's a little early.
I mean, but it's
I can
more
see
so
why,
it's
but it
to
is early.
get into the rhythm of by the time you are 20, 21, it's not foreign.
Yeah.
Like, it's not a new it's like, okay, well, nah, I've been doing this for a while, so I kind of get it.
Yeah. I mean, I understand why you say teen, because in some cultures, 13 is manhood. You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
that's why I specifically said in our community.
Gotcha.
Right. So you saying our community should basically sometimes pattern ourselves off the other cultures
I
to
didn't
see.
have that in mind to even say
Thank
that.
you, yeah.
So my genuine thought is like parenting should be done from 0 to 12. Like you should have done a good job within those dozen years. By 13, they can start making their own decisions.
You know,
I ain't
that's
gonna
actual
agree
thing.
with
Though.
that. Yeah,
That's
it's-
actually a biblical thing. They say you parents account for your sins until you're 12. That's literally.
See, and like I said,
Yeah, I know you didn't know that. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
I
that's
ain't never
actually
heard that
just
either.
that's different. Yeah,
Yeah, because you know where I stand.
yeah, I
in the
know.
Bible. But
So where you at? What age do you think?
I think definitely by 18 or 19, you should be headed in the direction that you would like to see your life go.
Okay.
You should definitely have some direction of some thought process of what you want to do and start moving toward that direction.
I think I'm gonna split y'all. I'm feeling more so 16.
16?
Yeah,
I can
because
see
give
that.
yourself a little bit of time, but like halfway through high school, I think you might want to start kind of being intentional about what you're trying and wanting to do. You know what I mean? You don't want to just sit there and be loosey-goosey, as people say, through the whole thing.
Yeah, but back in the day when our granddaddies and granddaddies' daddies and shit like that, great granddaddies, that's who that would be, right?
Yeah.
Somebody's granddaddy.
Yeah. They, going back to what you said, a lot of them had to be men before 13. They had to take on responsibilities of the family like 8, 9 years old. Like they didn't have an opportunity to go to school.
Yeah, that's real.
And they had to get jobs and shit. So
Yeah, I'm not suggesting that the 13-year-old have like a 40-hour-a-week job. Well, I'm definitely not suggesting that.
But even in that, bro, even though they had to work and stuff, do you think they were intentional in what they were doing, or they were just being trained and taught what to do?
no, I don't think they had a choice.
I think they were intentional on making sure that their family could eat that.
yeah,
early?
it wasn't. They didn't have a choice.
In
It was
our
either-
background, yeah.
It was either I go to work while mama go to work too, cause mama, normally what would happen is the daddy would be gone or dead or some shit like
Yeah,
that. And
or
so
just
he
not
didn't have,
fucking with 'em,
and
yeah.
he didn't have a choice but to take over.
If they got 6 or 7 siblings, one mom not really working, like,
Or she doing her best to work, but
Yeah,
you
but-
still can't feed everybody.
So, okay, so survival mode is different from intentionally and being able to grow up in a natural manner. So let's get out the
Yeah.
extreme method. Let's go away
That
from
was, that's definitely the extreme.
Yeah, let's go away from the single parent. Let's go 2 parents, mother, father. You can have siblings or not. Do you think a person is supposed to be responsible for themselves that early or intentional with what they're doing?
I think, well, what age are we talking back to? 13?
Yeah, 13. Let's go with 13 since that was your
I would think you would have been in different extracurricular activities to, at this point, you could say, okay, well, I like this one more than I like this one.
But I
Okay.
don't know if you've experienced everything that you're gonna experience by 13.
Yeah, not everything, but you've experienced enough to know that I like these things in this area. So I'll put myself over here to do these type things. Can you expand from over here? Yeah. But you shouldn't have, I like ice skating and then I like fucking going to deserts. Like, pick one. Like, which one do you like to do more?
I think if 13 is what you're saying, then that leans more into I'm going to do whatever my father does.
I mean, and that could
You
be.
see what I'm saying?
Yeah, that could be a thing.
Yeah, like so if my dad is a doctor, if 13
But
then
it's
by
like
13 I know that I want to be a doctor and I'm going because that's what I know.
This goes back to what we said earlier about being a product of your environment, though, because some people don't want to do what their parents did.
Yeah.
So at that point, I think 13 is where they would be making that choice of, yeah, I don't want to do what my mom or dad does, or I do want to do what my mom or dad does.
Okay.
Do you think 18 is too late, bro? Do you think you behind the 8 ball? Because you're literally out of high school.
No.
At 18, at 18, you're right out of high school.
Yeah, right.
So, like, you should be college, trade school, job, something to that effect.
But if you wasn't intentional during your high school career, you could have fucked that opportunity up.
Not necessarily fucked it up.
No, I ain't gonna say fuck it up.
Because 18, you literally, right, like, I graduated at 17, right? So, 18, I was literally in my first year of college. That's when I should have started my intentional movement toward what I want to do with my life.
I'm gonna say 11th, 12th grade probably should definitely be the time where you're...
See, that's why I said 16, because okay, so right now, being in the situation I'm in with coaching high school kids, I've seen kids get to that high school, that 12th grade senior year, and then they want to start getting intentional or got plans or kind of figure out what they want to do, but they fucked up a little bit at the beginning. So they can't quite get into the college they want.
Okay, so that was them definitely being unintentional and like what I'm talking from a perspective of not I've been fucking up. I just ain't been making no decisions for real. But that's what I'm talking about. Like not being, like if you know you want to go to college, you but if you know if you want to go to college, right? You know you can't have bad grades and go to college. You should know that. Like, but that also comes from the parenting part, right? Like, so if you intentionally not listening to the parenting, then you are definitely fucking up.
I mean, but to make a pathway or to even say, hey, I want to go to college, they got to be intentional, right?
Mm-hmm. Not necessarily, because when I went to college, I literally didn't start applying to colleges till my senior year. No, and I got into multiple.
But in 9th grade, you knew you wanted to go to college, right?
Well, growing up, I wanted to be a lawyer. As I got older, mm-hmm. I started shying away from that lawyer thing.
Mm-hmm. But you still knew college went with that.
Yeah, but I didn't necessarily, but by the time I got to 12th grade, by the time I got to 12th grade, I didn't.
Yeah, no, I dig it.
I was probably done with the lawyer shit. Like, I didn't think about what I wanted to do.
Ironically, I wanted to be a lawyer when I was like elementary, middle school. Yeah. I think that's just...
I wanted to be an anesthesiologist. Literally in elementary school.
Crazy.
I knew what it was too.
Most kids don't know what an anesthesiologist is.
But I'm saying, in 9th grade, bro, did you know you were going to college? You wanted to go to college, yes or no?
I mean, I don't think I thought about it in 9th grade.
So he wasn't...
Like, I wasn't...
So you wasn't intentional?
I wasn't thinking about it. Like you said, like...
But if you wasn't thinking about it, then you could have messed up.
And then when I also think about it, I don't even know if I knew college went with being a lawyer. I just knew I wanted to be a lawyer when I was a kid.
I mean, that's true too. But the only reason I wouldn't say is, like, you saying kind of messed up the opportunity. Like, I believe now is when I became intentional about, like, when I hit 40 is when I became more intentional about life.
So
that's what I would say that too. Like, I didn't become intentional until I'm gonna say about 35 is when I started looking for real direction in my life, and that was after I had children. Mm-hmm. That was after a divorce.
So what does intentional mean? Maybe I'm taking it too broad. What are you saying by
when you
intentional?
start to plot out what way you want your life to go? Not just going with the flow. You have an actual idea.
You're not taking what's given. Like, you're going for what you want.
Absolutely.
That's intentional.
That's definitely 16 to me then.
16?
Because I feel like if you wait too late, like I say in high school, you can mess that up. And you can make it harder. I ain't gonna say you'll mess it up, but you can definitely make it harder.
I mean,
it has to be.
I think people get to where they're trying to get to when they're supposed to get there. And like, whatever time frame you want to put on it, whenever you become truly intentional about it is when things start to speed up for you. But I think we kind of subconsciously know what direction we want to walk in. Because there's something that calls us for the most... Film, like, writing, like, all that stuff has always called me. But I've ignored it for a very long time. But at this point and stage in my life, it's a part of me. It's what I do. Like, I'm very intentional about saying I'm a producer now. So, it's something that I've been writing poems and shit since I was, like, in 3rd grade. So me putting ideas on paper isn't foreign. It's just, it was one of those happy-go-lucky. I know how to do nobody cares. It doesn't really matter. I know how. Now I'm like, this is what I do. I don't give a fuck if you care or not. Like, this is what I do.
It depends on when you say you can mess it up in high school. Are you talking about athletically? Because it depends on how good you are athletically if that's messed up for you or not by 16.
Yeah, I wasn't even thinking just athletic. I'm thinking like grade wise too, academically. Because like if you're not intentionally aiming to get A's and you come out that bitch with like a 2-point fucking something, that's a little tougher when it comes to grants and scholarships academically. That don't mean you was messing up. You just wasn't intentional in getting your work done too.
Right, but that's why like JUCOs are a thing.
No, that's not athletic. I said not athletic.
Yeah, I mean, junior college is for people that don't also play sports.
That is so sad. That is so, because you know what? I know what you're saying is true, but it didn't register right now. You know what I mean? Like, it's really in the football mind when kids like, I gotta go JUCO. Damn, nigga. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, but, you're right.
But like, being an artist ain't really dependent on your grade, your GPA, right? Like, if you want to be an artist, like if you want to do film or rap or any shit like that, like even being an actual artist, like you do sculptures or you paint, that ain't really dependent on your GPA. That's about you being focused on that goal, and this is saying what you're gonna do.
I mean, like they got art institutes to enhance that, right? And you have to have a GPA. Your GPA,
but you don't have to go to.
You don't have to go to it. You're right, but don't it make it better if you're being intentional? Would that not be the best route?
I mean, maybe. If you're being intentional, you're going to go with the route that you see best for you, not just the best one that somebody else told you was the best.
Because the best thing that I could think about with that route is, right, and it would be athletically, but it would be LaMelo Ball, right? Like, he knew he was going to the NBA. His daddy took him out of high school and made his own basketball league and sent him overseas. He was very unconditional route, but he knew his ultimate goal was going to the NBA. You see what I'm saying? So he didn't necessarily need school for that. Because he trained for basketball since he was like 7 years old.
So can we check the other side of this coin for a quick second and see how
flip that motherfucker?
What is wrong with being the Bruce Lee effect? What's wrong with being like water and flowing? Do you have to be intentional to get anything done? Because hold on, I'm basing off this because we're all pretty much talented human beings. You're good at film, but you're good at a lot of stuff too. Just like you're good at but you're good at a lot of stuff. So do you have to hone in one area?
I'm going to say yes, because if you just randomly flow through any stream, it might not be in the area that you want to be in. But if you're intentional on going to a specific stream, like me doing shit dealing with like electronics and shit, like it would kind of be pointless for me to go fuck with the Amish.
Yeah, mastering a skill is better than being good at a little bit of everything. You see what I'm saying? Like Bruce Lee, although he said you gotta be like water, he was talking about in fighting, in combat,
Yeah,
right? But he mastered the art of fighting. You see what I'm saying? So he could say, yeah, in fighting, be like water, but he had to be intentional with developing those skills in order to be able to be like water.
Yeah, but you can apply that to life, period, because there are people that kind of just float. Like, I don't believe Jake Paul, for instance, said, I'm intentionally finna be this at this point. I think he flowed to it, and then when he got there, he just enhanced it.
No, Jake Paul knew he always wanted to be an entertainer.
Yeah.
And so that's what he does.
Entertain
and he's entertaining people through sports, but he always just wanted to be an entertainer.
Something he has an interview saying when he was younger that all this shit is rigged.
Oh, it was rigged.
Sports. He was saying all this shit is rigged. And then he comes up and that's how he profits. And like he scripts fights.
So y'all believe every successful person has been intentional? We just go
at some point.
At some point.
I think you have to. I mean, you know, there's always
outliers.
Right. You're always going to be an exception to the rule, but they are the exception and not the rule.
Okay, so think about it like this. Most people's overnight success is them working for 10 years.
That's a fact.
You just see it.
So it's like they've been intentional about doing that same thing for the past 10 years and people just now starting to look.
Gotcha.
They were prepared for the opportunity when it presented itself.
So if that's the basis, if flowing through life doesn't get you far, then we would kind of have to lead toward what Scotty said with 13 then, huh? Because the sooner the better, don't you think?
I mean, the sooner the better, but that doesn't mean if you start later, that means you won't be good at it. You see,
Right.
because Tim Duncan didn't start playing basketball until he was almost 17 years old.
And that's why he's boring.
I'm okay
But
with
it doesn't matter if he was boring. He's still one of
He
the
was
best
very
power
efficient.
forwards to ever play.
Yeah.
So, cause he was a swimmer.
I can see that for that funny looking
Yeah,
motherfucker.
he grew up in the Bahamas. He know what basketball was. He played basketball 1 year, and then they sent him to Wake Forest to go to college.
That's crazy.
Yeah, you hear that a lot with football.
Yeah,
too.
Giannis the same way. Giannis didn't grow up playing basketball. He grew up playing soccer, football.
I love football.
Yeah, I do too.
That's-
Oh, not that.
I mean,
one.
but yeah, a lot of people are successful because they're open to the opportunity, like you're saying, being like water, not just being shut off. Like they're in the room, somebody say, "Hey, you should do this." Even Will Smith,
Yeah.
like he didn't want to do the Fresh Prince initially, and he was like, "You can either audition now or you can not audition."
Well, yeah, he was broke, so
Yeah.
he knew he needed something
Yeah, but he almost missed that opportunity
Yeah.
by not wanting
by
to,
not shooting at it.
He was in the middle of a party.
Yeah, I heard the story.
Yeah, so it's
Yeah.
like, he almost blew that opportunity by not being like water.
Yeah.
Like he could have
Yeah,
put
he
a
wasn't-
dam up and like, nah, we're gonna wait to do it later. It's like, all right, you can keep waiting.
He was like, "But I
You
got
still waiting?
I got everybody here right now.
Let's do it.
So,
You can wait, but I got everybody here right now."
so do you think you need a good mixture of both? Do you think you kind of need to float around until you get somewhere, then you intentionally penetrate where you're going?
I mean, like the Will Smith
Yeah,
story,
that's it.
that was an outlier, right? A lot of people don't even know that show wasn't for him. That show was supposed to go to Kid and Play. They were supposed to be getting that show.
Yeah.
But he was at the right place at the right time and knew the right people. And he was like, "Hey, you shoot at this." And he was like, "Cool." Because he had put himself in position because he was intentional with the rap. So he did the rap at a very high thing, and they went broke because they didn't know about financial literacy.
What we're gonna do with 13 pair of Gucci shoes?
Gucci shoe, Jeff. Yeah, like, so he was intentional with that because he turned down a college to do rap.
Yeah.
So he knew he wanted to be a rapper. And the acting thing just kind of came about. Like, even he pointed out in the first season, you can see him mouthing the words of the other cast members because he didn't know how to be an actor.
I mean, but
So even with that, he had to hone in and become a master at that craft.
yeah, but I
He
think
had to be intentional.
It's a beautiful thing though, with a kid that can one day want to be a firefighter, next day be a policeman, one day be a lawyer. Like, just seeing kids explore their options, like it's kind of dope seeing them go through them transitions. So it's like you don't want to take that away from them because
I
they kind
agree.
of get a look at it. But like we said, at some point in time, you got to get serious. So
Yeah, I mean, but it's up to the parents also to be presenting opportunities for them to explore these things. That's why I say about if you get them up to 13 and you've been putting them in different programs and stuff like that, they should be able to articulate at 13, like, yeah, I like going to this place better than I like going to this place. And for me, that's being intentional.
So do you think it's wrong for a parent to try to set a child's intentions? Like the parent that only puts their kid in football, and the kid might be like, "Oh, I kind of like that," but no, come on. So you need to focus on football because that happens. That's a lot.
It happens a lot.
Or either no, you need to be a doctor. Like you gotta, and you actually get some doctors out of that.
And
like,
but you also get a lot of the best people in the world out of that too. Michael Jackson, Tiger Woods, LaMelo Ball. You see what I'm saying?
LaMelo Ball is not one of the best in the world because
Man, shit. I'm going to go on record. I'm definitely a LaMelo fan.
Shit, you sound crazy.
so y'all saying in 10 years you're gonna talk about LaMelo like you talk about LeBron and Jordan?
I'm going to say that I'm going to give him the respect that I feel like he's owed because he plays the same as a kid. And when he was playing as a kid, I used to say that no coach is going to want to deal with that. Like the random pull-up jumpers and the attitude, and I had a poor perception of who he was. And when I saw him grow into himself and still doing the same shit, it's respect, bro. My bad. My bad. Keep doing your thing and don't stop.
anybody that make it to the NBA is one of the best people in the world.
Yeah.
That is crazy. The sorriest person in the NBA is
So
still
watch
beat your ass.
Beat the shit out of you.
Out here.
Yeah.
You bitch. So hold on. So are you saying that parents should intentionally put stuff in front of kids?
I mean, if
guide it?
if the kid takes to it and you kind of guide them, I mean, it's hard to say, right? Because I said 18.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So I feel by 18, you know a little bit more about yourself. So you should have an idea of what you want to do, right? 13, I don't feel like you old enough to start making those decisions for yourself. So if like my daddy was making me go to football practice at 13, you see what I'm saying? But no matter what he wanted me to do, I was gonna be a 5'4" nigga, so I wasn't making it to the NFL.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? No matter how many times he wanted me to go to practice, how many practices I went to, I ain't going to the NFL.
But you know, that's one of my biggest fucking gripes as a coach. Parents is making kids be there, because no matter how much you want your kid to be there, bro, like, you can't make at least football. You can't make anybody play football.
Nah,
they have to want to do that shit.
You gotta want football. So now, basketball too.
Now I'm just
like any sport.
I mean, I don't know. I just know with football, it's a lot of touching. And everybody don't like to be touched. So now I'm just babysitting.
Sport.
You get what I'm saying?
It's any sport.
Any sport. You they gotta want to do it. Like, no matter, like, you can push them, but that's anything.
But there's like so many things to do out there. Why just push one thing? Like, if your child is specifically saying like, hey, I don't want to do this, it's like 50 billion other things we can look into. No, you're going to do this one.
But what you talking from a space of people having unlimited resources, right? No, they may not be able to.
I'm not speaking from that. I'm even speaking on your situation and how you saying I'm 5'4". I'm not going to be like, if he would have pushed you in a different direction. You like fashion.
Yeah.
He could have,
my daddy went into fashion.
But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But if he was open enough to let you do that, then of course there would be a different outcome. Not to say that you'll be a big fucking fashion designer somewhere, but it would have put you
in. Say the other F word. I was about to say, yeah, that could have happened.
But it would have put you.
Whoa, what the fuck?
In the fashion, I'm just saying, who knows?
It would have put you on a more intentional path of how you putting your clothes together. That you probably would have been the first social media influencer before
people even knew what it was.
Right, but that's not to say that social media would have actually came out if the world was shaped that way.
Yeah.
So, like, all is well, but I say don't force your kid to do something that they don't want to do, but also at the same time, we do get good products out of that. But understand, don't push the 5'4" kid.
So are they the exceptions?
Star.
The Michael Jackson, those are the exceptions. They're not the rule then, right?
Yeah,
they're definitely not the rule.
Yeah, they are exceptional.
For every one person that makes it, it's 100,000 of them that don't.
Still working on their 10 years.
You see what I'm saying? So my and to that point, I don't know. Like, I ain't gonna say that he didn't support it, because he bought me damn near everything.
Right,
but,
yeah.
Like, he couldn't. But like I said, he couldn't point me in a direction of some shit that he didn't know.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like,
shit, did anybody in our family play anything other than football? I think Jimmy played basketball.
Uncle Fuzz played basketball too.
Did he?
Yeah. That's what my dad said. Like, yeah. But like, I know a lot of people, like, if they hone they skills, like, I think Tracy is one of the best interior decorators I ever seen.
I can believe
But she ain't never had a job doing it.
Yeah, she hasn't had an opportunity.
Right. Well, I don't know if she's ever put herself in the position to.
Right. And
you see what I'm saying? Because she ain't know.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So, like, if that would have ever presented to, because every house that she's ever lived in, I said, this is one of the best looking houses I've ever seen.
But you know what changes that? When everybody you meet, you tell them, I do interior decorating.
Yeah. And then you gotta be open to networking.
Somebody is gonna be open to, oh, you do? Well, come.
Or I know somebody that does, yeah.
That's the only way anything works. But we be scared to speak up about what we do.
6 degrees of separation is real.
Real, yeah.
So on that note, when is it too late? What is too old to get intentional?
No such thing.
I mean, it depends on
65-year-olds can get intentional.
Yeah.
It depends on what they're trying to be intentional about.
I mean, it doesn't matter.
About your religion, like,
not
like real at 65. Like,
but Samuel L. Jackson didn't get his first move till he was in his 40s. You see what I'm saying? But he's always been around exceptional things. Mm-hmm. He was a pallbearer for Martin Luther King. Nobody knew that. You see what I'm saying?
No, who would know that? Like,
Right.
Takes you, huh?
I mean, he went to Morehouse.
Oh, okay.
He was a part of the people that stormed the administration building. They took over the administration building.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know that about him.
Yeah.
And after doing that, after going to Morehouse and graduating, nigga got on crack.
Was it when he was storming that how he learned how to say motherfucker so good?
Probably motherfucker. I don't know.
You don't know that way it came.
But yeah, like so. Whenever if you afforded the opportunity to become intentional, you should. But I think it should become with your adult brain and not
your child.
as a child.
Yeah, you need guidance. That's why I say start at 13 with responsible parents. That way they can kind of help you.
But even
navigate.
if somebody started in their 20s becoming intentional, like I know I want to have a wife.
Yeah.
I know I want to get a house.
You still need mentors.
Yeah.
Yeah. We all need somebody to have an example of, like somebody to look up to.
Mm-hmm. And a lot of people, like you said, me with the fashion shit, right? Like I don't even know if I knew anybody into clothes the way that I was into clothes, except maybe your brother. And me and him was in the same boat.
And it's like, for me, I started to create clothes, and I don't know if it was because I was around y'all or if that's just something that I would have always done, but I've never been into fashion like, I want to go. When Mitchell and Ness came out, I bought 1 or 2 jerseys, but I figured out that because Aaron would come home and shit just be hanging up everywhere. Like, what the fuck? What is this Stitch jersey?
Because y'all could afford them.
But
everybody couldn't.
But I wasn't even looking for it.
Yeah.
So
because it wasn't something that was in your wheelhouse.
Bro,
yeah.
I didn't care. As long as they weren't Reeboks, I would put it on.
Damn, what
those soft tacos. You know exactly what's wrong with Reeboks.
Soft tacos.
You wear them for half an hour and they're completely destroyed. Yeah.
You get one way out of them.
So I didn't do that no more. I just started buying Air Forces.
So we all know that intention doesn't always produce outcome, right? You can intend to do something and the outcome don't happen. So let's say you have a 6-year-old, your 6-year-old daughter. She has every intention on becoming a fashion designer. I mean, that's what she's dedicated to. She's locked into it. At 6, she's telling you this and she's consistently doing it. But she's horrible at it. At 12 years old, she's horrible at it. At 16, she's pretty fucking horrible at it. What do? Do you try to redirect her intentions? Do you let her just ride that out?
See, the thing about fashion, right? She could be horrible at design forever. It just depends on how popular she becomes. You don't have to be a great designer to be popular.
Music, singer. I mean, just give me.
You don't have to be. Lil Yachty's fucking terrible. He's rich from rap.
Bro, it's a lot of people out here.
Yeah, I mean, so it just depends.
So never break a person's intention. You just let that keep riding.
If that's what they want to do, and like you said from 6 to 16, they were still doing the same thing.
10 years in.
Eventually, some design by somebody popular, if they're willing to network, they can pop.
I'm going to say if you do something for 10 years straight, you're going to accidentally get better at it.
But I also subscribe to you can do everything right for as long as you want to, and it just don't work out for you.
That's
because that probably wasn't the lane you were supposed to be in.
The intention of you wanting to become that shouldn't stop because you haven't became it yet.
Right. Yeah, it's, now I don't know, cause there's a lot of niggas my age still trying to rap, bro.
No, and I get it, but I bet they don't do it every day.
I think some of them do, and they should stop. I'm breaking niggas' spirits about rap, bro. Let it go.
I don't think niggas
L.I.G. and Reggie. Let it go.
Because if niggas was recording every day, they would come out with something that everybody likes. There would be something if you're creating every day that somebody gravitates towards. It's not anybody out here who's done it every day straight. It was a lady who did a stream 3 years straight.
Yeah, I seen that.
If you're doing it, if you're actually doing it every day, somebody's going to see you. But if you're just saying, hey, I want to do this. Nobody gives a fuck about what you thinking about doing.
Yeah.
Nobody gives one fuck. We're more interested in what are you doing.
They might care about what you want to do because they'll take your shit and run with it.
Yeah, even with that, but even people are more likely to support what you're already doing opposed to supporting the idea of what you want to do. Like, yeah, it sounds good, but what are you doing?
Yeah.
What have you shown me? Nothing? Okay, well, just keep talking about what you want to do then. Oh,
Yeah, I'm saying now more intentional people will take what you want to do
Bruh,
and go do the fuck out of it.
It was a girl that said she listens to people talk and go register their business names. Like when people say what business she will go register their name and try to sell it back to them. I was like, you're a fucking dirtbag.
She's a shitty person.
Yeah, you're a dirtbag. What you mean? Like,
She's a piece of shit.
You're confused by that?
I mean, but she's intentional with what she's doing.
She's an intentional dirtbag.
Yeah. You can be an intentional piece of shit.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. You don't think you can intentionally fuck over people?
Yeah. I mean, anything's possible.
Do you believe that?
Yeah, anything's possible. Yeah. Yeah. You can intentionally do anything you want to do.
I agree. You can definitely
You can
intentionally do
intentionally stay
anything you
somewhere
want.
longer than you want to, too.
Yeah.
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 Cause everybody don't make good decisions.
Man, if they only understood these callbacks.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
But I think as long as I think like going back to what you said about fucking it up early, right? Mm-hmm. I think you can fuck it up early and I think you can still recover.
Oh, you definitely can recover.
It just depends on how bad you want the recovery and how intentional you are about that recovery.
Man, my kid with the Buccaneers, bro, when I tell you he left out of high school with a 1 point something, was only 190 something pounds, maybe goddamn 6'3", but he just really wanted to fucking play. Yeah, he grew to be goddamn 240 something pounds, went to JUCO, went to Louisville, and now he's in the NFL.
That's what's
He
up.
became intentional.
He became very intentional. And then literally him coming back saying, hey, coach, I get what I'm trying to do now. I appreciate y'all sticking out, and I'm finna work
He
through
would be
it.
a great person to ask how many days did he take off.
Man,
when he became intentional, how many days did he take
that's
off?
why he looked like a superhero.
Right.
Even going back to what we were talking about with me with my weight loss, right?
Mm-hmm.
When I was intentional about
You
it
didn't
every
take a day
day. I
off.
don't take no days.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No days. Like
We actually have to be committed to these ideas that we speak. That's why I'm like, bro, people talk too much about shit that don't matter.
Yeah, because most people be talking because it sounds
But the
good.
earth round though. The earth flat. Like, nigga, are you gonna pick up this dumbbell or not? Like, we working on biceps right
You gonna
now.
run,
What are
bitch?
you talking about? Right.
Run on the flat earth or run on the round earth, bitch. Are you running?
Cardio. Right.
Yeah.
So what about people who say they're intentional about making money, but they stay broke?
Because they're not
They're
actually
not
intentional.
actually
They
intentional.
say they're
So it's all
intentional.
talk. So
When somebody-
intentional is actions. Is what you're
Yes.
saying.
You can't
have
be
to-
intentional just talking about it.
Unless you're intending to start every day.
Unless
If you're intending to start,
unless you're talking into a microphone and getting other people to listen to you.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And that would be an intentional way of talking about making some money.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people use these motherfuckers to trick other motherfuckers into giving them money.
Yeah,
Yep.
no, that's true.
These motherfuckers is better than guns right now.
bruh, bars?
These motherfuckers is better than
Bars?
guns.
Bars.
People
Never.
just giving you money
Could
because of
never.
these.
Could never.
It's a robbery.
It's a robbery.
If you find your
It's
audience,
a robbery.
woo,
Bro, and that's all it is. Everybody has their circus.
Yeah.
TikTok.
yeah,
Circus.
everybody. Because if you it's so many of these red pill niggas that get caught up after they done made millions of dollars. Like,
Any pill nigga is weird to me.
I don't know nothing but red pill niggas.
What is a red pill? I'm confused. I'm sorry.
Them niggas that
The
hate,
angry
that hate
Negroes.
women. That all these single mothers and don't you use
Then
me.
I would say the blue pill is the simp.
What's a blue pill nigga? Because I don't know.
Baby,
Who
you
is-
right. Happy wife, happy
Oh,
life.
like what's that nigga name? The little short nigga.
I was gonna say Ace Metaphor.
Him
He's
too.
definitely a blue pill.
But not him. The nigga it's an African name.
You talking about the one that beat his wife?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
That nigga.
Yeah.
What's his name?
I don't know his name, but I know
I
you're
don't
talking
even know
about.
who y'all talking about.
Yeah, it was a dude who was saying like he give his wife $200-some
And
thousand
he
dollars. She ain't
said
got
charge
to work.
niggas $50,000
Oh,
a
the
day.
weird nigga?
Yeah.
I know who you talking about.
I can't think
But
of
he
that
was
I
nigga.
can't
whooping his
think
wife
his-
ass.
I can't think his name either. I know you talking about.
Yeah, that nigga's funny.
Yeah.
But they
all
get
that
money.
simping shit, yeah, but to me, that's blue pill. And the niggas that's mad at bitches is red pill.
Yeah.
So what the fuck is the in between niggas?
Purple.
It
got
gotta be
purple
Why you
pills.
look purple?
Because red and
Oh,
blue make
God damn
purple.
it. I don't,
I ain't took no pills. That's what I'm saying. What we
that's
doing?
what I'm saying.
I
Like,
mean, maybe in the future I have to take a blue pill, but you know what I mean?
Just get it from the gas station, bro.
Right, old man.
They got
No,
stuff.
you go professional. I'm gonna go professional if I gotta do it.
Man, they got stuff for that you don't even need no pills, bro.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying if I gotta do it, I'm gonna do it the correct way. You know what I mean? The
I'm
high
saying
quality way.
you don't need no pill. What I'm saying is they got some shit for you. It's all natural and you don't even need no pill.
Go ahead and get us an endorsement. What is it?
Yeah, what is it?
Pussy. Just eat the pussy. Find some pussy you like. I bet your dick work.
Pussy ain't finna pay us.
Find pussy that like you and your dick might work.
Yeah.
This is true. That would definitely get you going.
That's the one.
Or at least pussy that respect you.
Yes.
That'll get you going.
I mean, most of the
That'll
time,
definitely get you going.
the pussy that like you though,
Don't pretend like she respects you.
yeah.
No,
And it's gonna make your dick work because she gonna make sure that motherfucker
Nah,
work.
the one that like you gonna disrespect the shit out you.
No, the one you like gonna disrespect you.
Yeah.
The one that like you
Gonna love you.
they gonna
But
make
the
that
one that
dick
like
work.
you gonna look funny as hell.
What you want?
It
You want
depends. That
You want
depends on
me
what
to do?
you look like too.
Oh,
yeah.
You gotta be.
Hey, what the dude
you
say?
gotta
I'm
be
a
the quality.
certified 12.5.
A light 12.
That nigga said I can't date a 5.
And this nigga a 1. What we doing?
Like, who are you,
Nah, he
granddaddy?
the 1 and the 2. He said he 12.
Granddaddy.
He was intentional about him getting him a good goddamn girlfriend.
Yeah, he was lying.
Yeah, he was. That was flat out lying.
That nigga don't do nothing but pay for pussy.
But
His dick
yeah,
don't work.
I feel you saying intentions don't actually like yield the results, but that's a timing thing because if you're intentional, you'll get those results.
Yeah, I mean,
Keep pushing.
Yeah, you get them.
but everybody can't be a winner.
Today,
Like, isn't, but no, it's impossible.
Yeah, just because
Okay.
you win today don't
Okay.
mean tomorrow ain't my day. You know, I get
Right.
that.
So everybody will, but you may not have a long winning season.
Right.
You can definitely win. It may not be for as long as you want it to. That you working for 12 years
15
may be
minutes of
only
fame
for
is
you
a
to
thing.
be, right. You working for 12 years may only receive you a seed of a couple weeks, but you could win in that couple of weeks.
You mean tell
absolutely right.
me everything ain't forever?
forever.
What?
Forever.
You can't get forever?
It was forever while you were doing it.
You wanted it to be.
Just like I was always right sometimes.
You wanted it to be.
I'm always right.
You wanted it to
Sometimes.
be forever.
Yeah.
But it may not be.
So you mean tell me you can intend for something to be forever and it won't be?
Yeah.
Well, look
That's, I've always conceded that.
Well, look at God.
That don't mean you ain't want it to be though.
Yeah, you
And that
will.
don't mean you stop working after it don't work out.
You can want what you want.
You gonna get what you get.
Yeah. But that don't mean you stop working, right?
Right.
So
If
you
it's
just
something
regret.
you
Yeah,
love-
no, that's true. That is what we on with the
Just
intentions.
because you
gotta
don't
do
get
it.
to peak all the time don't mean you don't get to play in the middle.
Touche.
Yeah.
No, that's real. You got to work the middle.
Everybody can't be LeBron.
Man, we
That's
should
true.
have used
But it's-
motivation for
Some-
that.
Plenty of
Somebody
millionaires in there.
gotta be Brian Scalabrine.
Don't nobody even know who that is.
White Mamba.
Still don't know.
Brian Scalabrine. I know.
You ain't gotta go into detail.
No, I'm
Ain't
gonna say,
nobody-
but his last stint was with the Celtics.
Uh-huh.
Right? And niggas used to say, I beat Scalabrine. This nigga's trash. He's sorry as
Oh,
fuck.
I know who you talking
And so
about.
what he started doing was he
Pull
started
up.
having tournaments and
Pull
say
up
like,
to the
you
gym.
can come play me
Pull up.
and we'll see.
He was smashing.
And he was
ass.
tearing their asses up.
Damn. I thought you were gonna go with the little Korean boy, but I can't think of his name.
Jerry
right now.
Millen?
Yeah. He was, bro, he was that guy for
Yeah, he
like
was hot.
3 weeks.
Yeah.
3 weeks. This nigga dropped like 80 points.
Linsanity.
Insanity. Yeah.
And he's gone.
Yeah.
But he had that moment though.
But he had
his
a
moment,
long
though.
career.
That's what I'm saying. It wasn't no LeBron, but he was successful. That's like Jamal Crawford.
Man, Jamal Crawford could have been
I
one of
mean-
the best if he wanted to. Now, he's
Could've
probably
been.
an
He
example
is.
of
He
somebody
is.
that,
He
I'm
is.
saying, but he's somebody that never wanted to start.
Yeah, he did. He literally said, cause he,
He
won't
said,
play
he was
defense.
like, I don't want, he said, I don't want to. I just want to go in the game and do what I do.
Yeah.
That's real.
And so if you want to come out the bench and score 30, goddamn it, that's your man.
Yeah.
He was like, but I don't want to start. He was like, no, I'll be 6 man. He said that.
Yeah.
So that's why he never complained about contracts.
I dig it. Yeah.
Yeah, like, so he was intentional about knowing what he wanted to do.
And you gonna pay me millions of dollars?
And I'm gonna give you everything that you want from me.
Yeah.
You want 30 points
That
off the
goes back
bench?
to you saying, hey, this is what's in my contract.
Yeah.
Take it or leave it. I ain't gonna trick you saying I'm coming playing defense too.
No,
Don't do that.
I ain't doing that. But I'm putting these buckets
I'm
in
putting
there.
that bitch up. I'm gonna
So-
give you some highlights and I'm gonna put that bitch up.
Do you think women bear the same burden
And what?
in having to be intentional? Because we were speaking from a young man's point of view, young, what we say, African American,
would-
black,
yeah.
melanin, whatever. we
well,
gave
you don't
13.
consider yourself black, so I'm gonna just say people from our community.
There you go. Okay, I like that. People from our community.
People with brown skin.
bronze. But yeah, so 13,
He red.
we said 13, 16,
He's
18.
bronzy.
Do y'all think that the same thing is with women? Do you think the same timeline applies?
I don't think women should be intentional about the same thing that men are.
What?
Because a man should be getting ready to provide for a family. I don't think a woman should be getting ready to provide for a family. She
That's
should
facts.
be getting ready to take care of a family.
That's
Equal.
facts.
You're
So
going.
she-
You're going down. You can't
I
tell
mean,
them
but
they can't do that.
that's of equal value though.
Ooh.
Like, yeah, you taking care of my family while I take care of work. Like, that's of equal value.
So if it's of equal value, why are they fighting so hard?
I'm
to
not.
get
I
out?
don't know.
Okay.
I don't
Because
know.
I'm going
they
too far.
Yeah.
don't think that they are equal unless they can do the same job you do, not understanding that they're both equal jobs.
I don't think people want to be equal. I think people want to be above. Like, I want to control. It's not. I want to be equal. Like,
Because they
I want
think that's
my
what-
say to mean.
That's what they think
what
men do.
And it's. Yeah, I
So
guess.
are y'all saying women should be barefoot and in the kitchen?
If she want to be barefoot in the kitchen,
No. Should
No.
they be?
What you mean should be?
I don't know about barefoot and in the kitchen, but if you want me to take care of the family, you need to take care of the house. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying?
So
If I'm going to provide 100% of everything, who's going to take care of the house?
So what does that intention look like? Like how do you intentionally prepare to be a housewife?
You have to see it in action, and most oftentimes in our community, we don't get to see that. We don't get to see women not have to work. And so
Facts.
even
Yeah,
men
facts.
teach their daughters, to go get jobs. Instead of saying, hey,
So yeah, that's ass backwards.
you see what I'm saying? Like, so because we don't see it in practice, we don't really get to see a lot of stable households in our, like, and that's just coming from places that we come from.
Yeah, like, it's
there are
personal,
people that
yeah.
look like us in places that they get to see that, and they are more intentional than people from our communities. You see what I'm saying? So I'm not talking about, and when I say community, I'm talking about not necessarily poor, but we ain't have it.
Yeah,
You
one
see
even
what I'm
middle
saying?
class, not poor, but not quite middle class.
We used
Yeah.
to figure it out.
Yeah, we was the figure it out kind of
We'll
people,
figure it
right?
out.
Like, so, but people that come from more affluent backgrounds, they are more intentional because they got to see it in practice.
They also
Like you
are-
said about products of their environment.
I'm
right?
gonna keep what I have. Like,
Yeah.
I'm maintaining what I have. Somebody showed me how to do this, and I'm gonna keep doing
and
it.
and those people will normally guide their children into a
Yeah,
direction.
this works.
Yeah.
Where we come from, it ain't, hey, this one work. And the one that they know work, they like, hey, we don't even
We
want
don't
y'all
want that
to do
before
this.
you, like, cause we come from a family of some shit that worked for them.
Yeah, it worked.
And they told us
Don't
not
do that.
to.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's like, I ain't got no advice for you. What else you should be doing? I just know I don't want you doing
I don't
this
want
one.
you to do this one. Yeah. Like, it worked though.
Yeah.
But I don't know for how long it's gonna work, and I don't want you to try to figure that out.
So men should be intentional about their career and set forth
And providing.
and providing. Women should be intentional about taking care of a home. But how does a man learn to be a good father intentionally? Besides just say, because I mean, we know money is nothing when it comes to being involved in your kid's life.
Both of those require time. Like, you actually have to spend time with people to be a good person towards them. So even with the housewife concept, like, it's I go to work, but then I come home. Like, I'm actually home with you, and we're having an actual relationship inside the house.
And
And we
that-
might go out and date and all those other things, but it's like, I'm intentional about, once I'm done with work,
It's you.
I'm
It's
with
all
you.
about y'all.
Yes.
Yeah. And that comes from, and when I say intentional, right, it depends on what your ideals are. You see what I'm saying? A woman becoming intentional about being a housewife, they can start at any time. You see what I'm saying? Once she's a woman of childbearing age, because we don't want them too young, right? But
I want to go further than childbearing age because you can bear a child pretty young.
Yeah.
Like
It
18 is where you at.
pretty early.
With that, well, I go 18 if you're gonna be intentional about that.
I'm just saying, you can start teaching a girl how to build a person that takes care of a house way before
Okay,
18.
no, I got you. Yeah, cooking,
You see
cleaning,
them
stuff
cooking,
like that.
cleaning, presenting
You know
the
what?
plate to them, man. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Oh,
Fixing
whoa,
plates.
whoa! Women supposed to fix plates too?
I mean, that part
That-
don't really.
I mean, it doesn't matter to me, but I think it was on Blackish. And the grandma said that she loved making her husband a plate because she could show her husband that he was loved. Because when he was out in the world, he knew that nobody gave a fuck about him. But when he came home, she wanted to make sure that he felt love. And if all she had to do was give him a plate to do that, then goddamn it, that she was gonna do it.
You ever been served a plate, Scotty?
Yeah. I don't think it was from that.
Absolutely.
I don't think it was from that loving place, but yeah. Like, shit kind of made me sad hearing that. Like, she actually loved her man.
Yeah, like, let's not go there. Yeah,
I've never been served a plate.
Never ever? Nobody, no woman has ever made you a plate?
Never have I ever.
That sucks.
I've never thought much of it.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm not one that much cares about getting the first plate. Like,
yeah, that's I eat last.
I would prefer to eat last. Like, make sure because
the kids
that's the way I was raised. Though. I was raised to make sure that the kids eat and then I eat what's left. Yeah. But I understand the fact of people saying, "Nah, give him the plate first because we know he gonna have to go out into the world." And that's cool if that's if that's what you want to subscribe to. Yeah. I don't necessarily need that. Yeah, I would rather make sure my kids eat.
Me too.
I want to make sure everybody ate and hopefully there's some more left over.
Yeah.
Like even after everybody, hopefully there's still some left over.
Yeah. So, that's real.
So I would prefer that the family eat before me or we all eat together if that's a thing. Like, let's all sit down at the table.
It should come back to being a thing.
I agree. I think if more people enjoyed their nuclear families, there'd be less divorce.
But it seems like everybody is so intentional about getting away from what they're around. Like people don't want to go home and be with their family.
You know, that's real.
And everybody now wants to live the facade of life. They don't want to live
Instagram.
Life. They want to live the facade of life. Everybody wants to live like a celebrity.
Yep.
But you're regular. Nobody wants to be average.
And everybody's fucking
and
regular.
Everybody's average.
Even the celebrities.
Yeah, they regular
fucking
people. It's average for a reason.
Yeah, like, but see, I don't think people understand that there's so many below average people telling you that average is bad that they don't even understand that it's a below average motherfuckers telling it to them.
Facts. That goes back to that echo chamber. Like, who are you listening to or why are you listening to them? Like, that opinion shouldn't matter.
My mama used to drop bars all the time, right? My mama used to say, you can't worry about the shit people say, you gotta look at the piece of shit that said it. And so,
shout out Floyd.
Another one of them things that stuck with me, right?
Yeah.
Like, so I never paid attention to what people were talking about. Because I had to look at who said. That's why I never gave a fuck if somebody was talking bad about me. I would laugh. You? Okay. You see what I'm saying? Like, I don't value your opinion anyway.
Yeah. That's definitely a thing, and it should be.
And so so many people are caught up with the facade of life and wanting to look like they got it instead of actually having it.
Yeah.
That they'll spend what they don't have to look like people they don't know to impress people that could give a fuck about them in the first place.
Man, what Carlos said, y'all niggas out here falling in love with bitches and y'all ain't saying they legs.
You ain't never heard their voice.
Right. You fell in love with a picture.
You fell in love with a face shot.
Yeah. And that's weird.
Yeah. So you know you're gonna catch a little hell from this though, right? About the role of a woman and a man.
That's fine.
Catch hell from who?
Women.
The 4B.
The 4B definitely coming for
from
you,
opinions that don't matter.
What he just said. I mean, boy, it might be some. It might be some opinions that do matter,
or it might not, because I don't know none of these people.
Touche.
I mean, and if a woman doesn't agree, she don't have to take my opinion.
Yeah,
right.
It's my opinion of it.
Go be happy.
It's what I think it should be. You don't have to agree. It's what I think it should be.
I mean, but why you just can't pay all the bills and then I still do what I want to do? And the house, we do the house together. House should be 50-50. I don't care if you work all day.
Right. And make all the money.
Just can we share household?
Let's share household work while I'ma stay home while you go out and bust your ass all day. And see, that's what I be talking about. Like, most people that talk about these lives don't really live these lives, right?
Yeah.
Most men ain't going out all day working and they women staying home.
Yeah.
Right? So if I'm going to work and she going to work, when we come home, goddammit, let's both do it. Cause we both been out working.
Yeah, we both been working.
So my ideal is, this is what I've stated to almost every woman I've been in a relationship with. Not many relationships, right? But I've always said that I would like to get to the point where I make enough money that you can stay home if you want to.
It would be ideal.
Yeah.
And because I want you to make sure that the house is taken care of. So I don't mind working myself to death for somebody that appreciates me.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna kill myself for a motherfucker that just want me to work so they can get their hair done.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't gonna do that.
Facts.
You see what I'm saying? So that's just
Single.
so that's just where I be at with stuff. Like ideally I would like to go out and make all the money that I can and bring it home and it take care of everything that need to be taken care of, all of the needs we have, all of the wants you got, that it take care of all that.
No.
But that ain't necessarily the world we live in 2024. It's gonna take both of us right now.
Yeah, I'm about to say, let's be real. Even if you are able to, by the time you get home, your time is going to be limited. So do you think the the money is worth the time exchange? Because if you're working like that, you're going to work 8 to 10, easy. Sometimes 12. If you're taking care of all the bills and everything that goes on.
Well, it depends on what you're doing.
Exactly. But
right?
we're saying average, right? We're saying on average.
Yeah, I mean, well, I grew up in a household where my daddy paid all the bills.
We know why he paid all the bills.
Exactly.
But it's not average. That's what I'm saying.
It's not average.
Yeah, so we're right here.
And those jobs they didn't want us to have.
Exactly. They don't want you to have that at all.
But even
so
with that,
money for time, right? That's what we had in life.
But even with that, like he was working all day.
Everything is essentially money for time. But
yeah.
It's not an equal exchange. Like the amount of time you put into something doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get paid a lot or paid a little. But the longer you have that content, you could get paid a lot or you still could get paid a little. So.
Yeah, but I'm saying to get that done, you're going to lose time at home, right?
I mean, you are.
You got to sacrifice something.
So you're willing to sacrifice the time?
You have to be. You have to be willing to sacrifice the time. That's the point.
You don't have to be.
I mean, that's the point of the woman. In a capitalist society, you're going to have to be willing to sacrifice that. I mean, if you don't want to live your life based on capitalism, like the story he told in one of those shows about the man in Mexico that fish and go home and feed his family.
You should get the other fish and sell them to the fish market. And it's like, why would I do that?
Yeah.
So you can make money and then spend time with your family. And like, I already do that.
I already spend time with my family.
Yeah. So I think people should be more intentional about what they call family and what they call work. I think that will help clear a lot of things up. Because people want, like you said, the Instagram and internet lifestyle, but everyday life is not posting videos unless you just want to do a lifestyle channel. And I would think if you do a lifestyle channel with somebody who likes doing lifestyle stuff, it's not a big deal. That's a good relationship. Y'all are both working towards something that can create money in the future, and you should be okay with where you are while you're building for more. It shouldn't be a desperation or anything negative about you making a choice to get involved with whatever you're getting involved with. It should be you working with somebody who also agrees, hey, I like you working on that. And you saying, oh, I like you working on what you working on. If that means we got to spend 4 hours apart while we're doing that and then come back together and then say, hey, what were you doing during those 4 hours? And then build more off that so they can go split ways and go do that again. When you become intentional about working together, you kind of can't lose. But when one person is, I don't want to be here no more. I don't want to do this no more. Everything falls apart.
That means your intentions don't matter to them.
Right.
Right.
So the intentions have to line up for it to be successful.
In order for it to be ideal, they gotta align.
Yeah, I don't think money has anything to do with that. It's just...
It shouldn't.
Yeah. Like at the end of the day, the motivation to keep moving forward is what I would think it is. But if you want to use finances as... we're going to be so rich.
That's a lot of people's motivations, finance.
And it's like, we might not get to rich, but at least we get to take these steps together of trying to get rich.
Yeah.
Enjoy the journey.
Getting to rich ain't as easy as people make it sound.
And even when you get there, you make $1 million, you spend one. You're no longer a millionaire. Yep. So it's like, that shit don't last long.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what people be expecting. Like, there is no magic number that you hit and you just straight forever.
996,000, you need 4 more. 4 more. 4 more. That's what Biggie said.
Yeah, fear of missing out, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. You give me $1 billion, I think I'm straight forever. My forever.
$1 billion?
Yeah.
Yeah, he said $1 million. You said $1 billion.
No. He said he don't think there's no number there. There's no magic number.
I don't think there is a magic number where you'll be okay, because you get $1 billion and then you want to go splurge because you're just feeling like it. You can only spend $100 million so many times.
Yeah.
Now you don't have your $1 billion anymore, and you gotta start selling the shit that you thought that you wanted that you don't even use.
Yeah, if I got
but $1 billion,
my lifestyle ain't got to change. I'm just very good
at
my lifestyle now. So it don't have to.
It don't have to, but it would.
Not to the degree that people think. I'm not finna go out and get no goddamn $10 million house. I don't need that.
I hear you.
I would. If I had $1 billion, you know how many times you can spend $10 million in $1 billion?
Yeah, I be looking at land, nigga, and I done seen.
You should have land.
I
done
done seen fucking
house.
30 acres on a big ass house for fucking 1.5 million. I'm fine with that. We're good.
Yeah.
Like, what do we do? I don't need fucking 10 million is somewhere with a little bit ass house in the.
You
in the
say
hills.
that now because you don't have $1 billion.
Touche, but you know, I just go out with my. We've all had money, and we've all seen how we act when we had money, and. It's pretty consistent.
We're not too irresponsible.
I ain't never had no hundreds of $1,000s at one time to know how I would act with it. I said I.
I was about to jump in that same boat, but I ain't gonna say hundreds.
Yeah, I had a duffel bag.
And then it ain't even really a duffel bag.
I literally had a duffel bag.
No, I'm just saying, you don't need a duffel bag.
You don't. You do not. It's so amazing, ain't it? It ain't what the movies make.
I've only had a job. I've never delved into.
No. You've been in the house that had duffel bags, so I'm not.
It wasn't my duffel bag,
but you could have got anything out of that.
It wasn't mine.
Not anything.
I'm saying anything you asked for, right?
No, it was
that
money season came around.
Yeah, that money was allocated.
Yeah.
Allocated.
Yeah.
But I've had some vacuum seals, like a couple of vacuum seal packs.
I haven't.
Yeah,
but my thing is, it didn't change who you were.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying.
Actually,
if you got $1 billion, nigga, I know some things would increase, but it wouldn't be on the scale of where you would blow $1 billion.
I don't think anybody would know.
Exactly. My point is that.
Like, I don't think anybody, because nobody never knows how much money I have, which is a great thing.
Exactly. It's supposed to.
Because I'm going to look the same regardless.
Exactly the same. Tank top and flip flops. I don't care what I had going.
I ain't.
Yeah. And I dig it.
Let me get $1 billion.
I dig it.
I ain't showing it.
Like my little trick for people.
I don't want nobody to ask me for nothing.
My trick is, like, the better I look, the broker I am.
But the crazy part is, like, I would make sure my kids is good though. They gonna look like it even if I.
But you know why? You know why? Because they're good now.
Yeah,
there's something that you do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it would definitely.
But that can also like create tension, unwanted tension from overdoing shit. Like if you walk into a new tax bracket and then your kids still going to public school, but they pulling up in.
They would definitely have to come out of private school.
You see what I'm saying? So it's like there's a certain.
Yeah, but even in private school, it still breeds.
Yeah.
I was about to say my child, I don't even want my child in public school. And I ain't got no money now, so it don't fucking matter.
I mean, people gonna hate. Like, people hate on people anyway.
Yeah.
So.
Please don't be hating.
Yeah. So, man, I just think if everything were the way that I see it in my head, the world would be a whole lot better place because everybody would be intentional about what they wanted to do, starting around right out of high school. And I just think if people were from our demographic were more intentional, it will produce better results.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with that.
We tend to float because we don't have any guidance.
I think people think that we're already excluded from certain things and don't even want to try to go do. So
I mean, we ain't even speak on the aspect of guidance. Like we don't got a lot of guidance. Like we got to kind of like, even like we talked about, like our parents, they had an avenue that they didn't want us to go down, so they couldn't guide us nowhere else because that was what they knew.
But they also didn't guide us to that. So
right, that's what I said. They didn't. Yeah,
that was their form of guidance.
Yeah, they were like, we gonna block this off, but I don't know. The rest of it you got to figure out.
Yeah, no, that's real.
Yeah, And I think that's what
I
think that's what gets overlooked a lot. The lack of guidance in our community.
Yeah, if we'd have had that balance of resource and guidance, if they could have shown us what they did, if they could have just flat out, bro, here go the blueprint. This who you talk to. This who you get this from. We would be trillionaires.
The game would be way different.
We would be
Yeah,
hands down. We would be trillionaires.
Yeah, the game would be way different. Yeah,
we just got to apply that to a different type.
Even if they would have told us what it not for that use, right? Mm-hmm. But for
this is how business operates.
Yeah, then it would have been. It would have been totally different.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Nothing else to add. That's why I'm pointing.
Oh, no. You good. Let y'all wrap it.
Well, thank y'all for joining us on this other episode of Unapologetic.
Of another episode?
Of another.
How the hell you get of another?
I don't know. But thank y'all for joining us on this. Goddamn. Thank y'all for joining us on this episode of Unapologetically Masculine. I'm your host, Young Grizzy. We got Scotty and we got Waymo, and we out this motherfucker.
I don't value $1, I value, loyalty. I value respect, character.